Hello my beautiful souls, welcome to my channel. My name is Sanja and today we're going to be covering how to love yourself. I've listened to this video recently and I think this is the best way of explaining this to you. I have videos on what love is or is not, what's the difference between self-love and narcissism, and I'll link those down below. However, I think maybe with this new way of saying this, it'll become more clear to you, or even if you don't maybe understand what that is when someone says work on loving yourself, love yourself more, where to start, this is the video for you. Now, I have been talking about this topic on my TikTok live for an hour, I think. So make sure you follow me on TikTok, because on lives I cover more, I explain it a bit further, and maybe you can ask me questions during live if you need more explanation about something. Because when you just text, which I love your texts and comments under the video, but maybe I'm not able to explain it back to you fully in a text. So when we have a live and you ask a question, I can actually fully explain this, and I think it's just better for me to speak like this as opposed to just with text. I think you will understand better and I can explain better. So let's start. Loving yourself, or self-love, is a byproduct of relationship between you and yourself. So what does that mean? How are you treating your loved ones? Whether it's a child, whether it's a mother, a partner, a sibling, a best friend, someone that you love. Do you encourage them? Do you maybe buy them gifts? Do you, well, let's say with a partner, are romantic with them? How are you speaking to them? Are you telling them kind words? All of those things that you do towards your loved ones is what you should be doing to yourself with yourself. If you're criticizing yourself constantly, that is not gonna give self-love. So switch, let's say, criticism towards encouragement. Everything that you do for or to someone that you love, just copy paste that to yourself. If you want someone to enter your life and you want to be romantic with that person, you want to go on a date with that person, how come you take yourself out on a date? Do you sometimes take some time to spend time with your partner, maybe to have a chat with your mother, to have a coffee maybe with your sibling, to play with your child? Set some time free for yourself, to take care of yourself. What if you buy maybe someone a gift? How come? Why not give yourself a gift? People that love themselves make sure they also are aware that they are worthy. You are worthy regardless of the outside. You were worthy the minute you were born. And that is awareness that you should be carrying from this moment forward. Self-love is the base for everything in your life that you want to achieve. The success, the relationship, it's the base of the life of your dreams. So you really should be working to make your relationship with yourself better and better and the best that it could be. That also means taking care of your body, not so you can lose some weight, look better, show off your physical features, but just to give yourself that gift, to feel stronger, to know, to tell your body, to show it how much you appreciate it. We need this physical movement, this better body, not so again for everyone else outside, but for us. Not so that if we lose our perfect body, don't get attached to things. Not so that you're worthy because of having a good body, but because you appreciate it, to give it that gift. People that love themselves make sure they choose their thoughts carefully, because they want to feel good. People that love themselves want to be happy, want to be joyous. And when they have a thought that it's not aligned with that, they're switching on to other things. Now, there's a difference between switching a thought and shoving things under the rug. People that love themselves make sure the emotions get out. If you want to cry, people that love themselves cry. If they want to scream, scream in a pillow if you have neighbors, or just to let it out. If you're angry, punch a pillow, punch a mattress. Don't let it out on others, but let the emotions out of your body so you can heal, so you can move on, so you can feel happy, so you don't have that, like, something is maybe suffocating you, that feeling. Or when you're not expressing your emotions out, especially after a trauma, it can be even the smallest trauma, but if you're not letting it out, that can stay inside and eat you up, and that can continue even for decades, and it can continue without you even knowing it. So every time you feel like letting the emotions out, if let's say you're in a public and you have to wait a little bit, that's fine. But then when you're at the safe space, even if it's just excusing yourself to go to the toilet or wherever it may be, even if you have to wait to get back home, but make sure those emotions get out. That's really important. People that love themselves work on healing, and that healing part is the most important part. First, going through that trauma detail by detail. People usually don't heal because they don't want to go back to what caused that big pain. But if you're not confronting it, it's never going to go away. What I personally found the best, is writing it down. Now you can just meditate on it, you can just sit and go through it in your head, but I find it more impactful by writing it down detail by detail, everything that happened. And let me tell you, when you start writing, even if you couldn't cry before, you start crying. Even if there were emotions that you couldn't let it out, now you can. And you also remember details that you might have forgotten. When I start writing, and maybe even halfway through, I'm realizing, oh, I forgot about this. I forgot that happened. And some of the things that are troubling you nowadays, it's because of maybe even the details that you have forgotten about. I'm not saying you forgot about all of it, but some of it will surely pop out and you'll be like, oh, this also happened. So that's a big part of healing, just going through it, being aware of it, understanding where the other person came from, where you came from, not approving it, just understanding it. Understanding is a big part of all of it. Accepting that, that's it, that's in the past. I can't change it anymore. I want to move on. Forgiveness comes with healing. Not for other person, not because you're approving someone's behavior, not to let them back into your life, just to make yourself feel better, to set yourself free. Speaking of not letting other people in your life, people that love themselves are gonna choose peace, joy, happiness, freedom, and they're not gonna allow people into their lives that are not going to bring them more of that. Not saying shut people out on the street. I'm not saying stay away from me just in case you are like that. But let's say you have a person in your life that is not good for you. You know they're not good for you. They could be a family member, but family member, although it's spoken like that, maybe I should call them blood relative, because I think family is someone that you can choose who your family is going to be, and that doesn't have to be defined by blood. It doesn't. So even if it's your blood relative, if you need to shut them out, if you see you've gave it your all and it's not working out, sometimes it's better just to stop communicating with them. I really give people chances, which sometimes I give even more than I should. But when I shut them out, when I end the relationship, again, and not in a bad way. I always send them love, send them high vibrations. I wish them healing, I wish them well. But I know that they're not good for me, and probably because they're not good for me, I'm not good for them either. When I do that, I know I've done my all. I know I gave it all. I know I have no regrets. I know I've done everything that I could. And if that's not enough, my conscience is clear, because I don't just go and flare up and get all rude and attacking and criticizing it. But if I'm seeing the other person can't do anything different, I have someone a few months ago, maybe even more than a few months, 6+ months ago, telling me, can't you take criticism? Like in that, can't you take that? And I'm thinking, do you even know what criticizing other means? I have video on that. I'll link it down below. The criticizing, why would you do that? Now another point. Person that loves themselves are gonna cheer other on, are gonna encourage other people, are gonna allow a safe space for the other person to love themselves too. Person that has self-love, it's not gonna belittle others, it's not gonna put others down, it's not gonna judge others, but it's gonna lift others up. This is where you can see the major difference between someone who has self-love and who is a narcissist or an arrogant person. An arrogant person is just gonna blah 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 blah. What are you talking? What are you doing? Who do you think you are? What do you think you're telling me this? I'd achieved this because, that's me. Person that loves themselves are gonna show others in terms of, look at, if I can do it, you can do it too. Here's a book. Look at this video. Do this, do that. You can do it. Yes, you can do it. I'll be there for you. Let's do it together. Let's expand, share this love with others. This is, I think, also one of the reasons why people don't want to work on loving themselves, being in love with themselves, working on self-love, because they think others will accuse them of being a narcissist, of being arrogant, of, you're just self-centered. But there's a big difference. And now a minute, I basically explained the most basic thing. But like I said, I have a video on what the difference is between self-love and narcissism, so I'll link them down below if you want more further. So everything that you would do to your loved one, how you would behave towards your loved one, do that with yourself. So next time you have negative self-talk, next time you're criticizing yourself, say, stop. What would a person that loved themselves do? Or what would I tell my best friend, my child, my partner? If they say they can't do something, what would I say? Yes, you can. Of course you can. Come on, let's do this. Yes, you can. Be your best cheerleader, your biggest fan. All of this, when you start changing, self-love is going to become a product of that. And in the beginning, maybe you won't believe these words. Maybe in the beginning, you'll feel guilty if you're spending time, I don't know, taking 5 minutes off for yourself. But little by little, the more you get used to that good feeling, this is all right. Because let's say I am teaching my child how to love herself. Well, I'm teaching by example. All of the parents do. So if I'm telling her, you're lovable, you're amazing, you're adorable, but then she sees me not loving myself, maybe looking myself in the mirror and telling you, oh, you stupid idiot. Well, that's two different things. How can I teach love yourself if I'm not having that within me? So especially if you're a parent, but also even if you're a child, even if you're a sibling, any single person that loves you, if they truly love you, they want you happy. They want you joyous. And maybe they don't know how to express that. Maybe they don't love themselves, so they don't know what that even means or what it looks like. but every single one of us deserves love. Everything that is the most beautiful, incredible, worthy is love. And you can only do that by working on your relationship with yourself. Make it the best relationship ever. Be there for yourself, even if you fail, even if no one else is around you. That's what self-love also means. If you fail, make a mistake, go, okay, what can I learn from this? Again, if you need to cry, if you need to scream, if you need to let the emotions out, maybe you need a night's sleep, and then the next day say, okay, what can I learn from this? How can I encourage myself to move on, to get better? Learning from your failures, from your mistakes, is really crucial for you to move on and to just get better in your life, apart from also letting the emotions out. The most successful people have failed the most. Keep that in mind. So let's say you fail, let's say, okay, I want to learn from this, so next time I can do this smarter, very important. And I know because of this, I'm closer to my goals. I'm achieving that. People that love themselves, they love the process, not just the end goal. They are enjoying it. When I started exercising, I can maybe only do it for a minute. The exercises that I was doing. But now I don't exercise for an hour. But I didn't tell myself, oh, you stupid idiot, oh, I can't believe you can't do this, blah, 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 blah. No, I was laughing, like, I can't believe I can't do this. But I know next time will be better. I don't set myself to fail in terms of I have to exercise 3 times a day or a week. I have to do this. Oh, if I do this, I'm not good enough. Oh, if you eat this cookie, oh, everything falls apart. No, I exercise when I feel like it. I even exercise when I don't feel like it. But I keep in mind, this is a gift to myself, from myself. I know I'll feel better after I finish this. Again, person that loves themselves are doing stuff that are good for them. Maybe you'll have tomorrow a choice between the 2 meals. Well, what would person that love themselves do? Eat something that is good for them, but also not feel guilty if you eat a piece of chocolate cake or any cake. Or I think I also eat chocolate almost every day. I don't feel guilty about it. I don't count my calories. The only way I'm obsessed with food is with eating it, but not in a bad way, the best way possible. What can also guide you, I think it's one of the best things that I've had recently, is when Abraham said, you were brought upon this earth to live happily ever after. And when you were eating that cake, when you're eating that, what you think you're not supposed to be eating, just say, I'm brought up onto this earth to live happily ever after, which is going to mean looking after yourself also, taking good things in your body as well, giving gift to your body, going internally, not getting attached. This is another way you can see the person that is arrogant from the person that loves themselves. So someone who, okay, the video is not too long for my video. Person that loves themselves, let's say if they're bragging, if they're just sharing, oh my God, I can't believe I did this. I'm so proud of myself. I'm proud of my child. Is also gonna, like I said before, tell you how you can do it if you're interested, but it's not gonna get attached to it. If you, let's say, finish the school, you have your diploma. If you lose all of that, if you love yourself, you're still gonna love yourself. If you're arrogant, the whole world is gonna go. If you make more money and you love the freedom that money gives you, but if you lose it, you're still gonna love yourself. An arrogant person, they lose it, it's just like they're not worthy of anything. That's also another, I think the whole video is also maybe for you to see if you're telling yourself that you love yourself. maybe to recognize whether that is true or not. There are a lot of people that wear a lot of brand clothes, which I'm not against them, but you can see the difference between someone who loves themselves, how they wear them, and someone who doesn't, how. People that don't love themselves, people that are arrogant, people that are narcissistic, they will get attached to it. Oh, look at my brand. Oh, look at the brand that I'm wearing. But God forbid that goes, they're probably gonna hide somewhere. But person that love themselves, if they lose that, it's just material things. Yes, they maybe enjoyed it. Yes, you should give to yourself nice things. But if you lose them, what matters is that you don't lose yourself, that you still keep going, that you still get up in the morning, that you still work on your relationship with yourself. Because the more self-love you have, the more you can give, the higher the vibration, the more you can help other people, the more you can spread the joy and all the goodness into this world. So I'm really hoping this video helped. I'm hoping that I covered all the basics, and maybe with this video it'll become clear to you, more clear on where to start, how to do things. Just go throughout the day. I think that's the best way to do it. Either what would I tell this if this were someone that I love, again, best friend, sibling, mother, daughter, son, whomever, someone that I love, or what would a person that loved themselves do? So next time, you can even look yourself into the mirror and have a set of affirmations in the morning and just tell them, look yourself in the eye and tell yourself, I love you. I adore you. You are worthy. You are powerful. This day is going to be the best day ever. Let's work on our vibrations. Let's be vulnerable if we feel like being vulnerable. I'm gonna look after you. I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna make sure you have the best life ever. We're gonna make our dreams come true. You are so worthy. You're so worthy of being happy, of having peace, of living a joyous life. Let's do this together for ourselves. Make a list of something that is resonating with you. And again, even if you don't believe it in the beginning, it's the love that you give to yourself and the relationship that you build with yourself will produce that self-love that you've been looking for, that you've been wondering maybe where it is, or thinking how to get it. That's how. I'm really hoping this video helped you. Mwah! Love you so much. See you next time. Bye, guys.